Unit 26 en route to question a one Jason Garrett on the request of the victim's father, a Carl Starkey.
Copy.
Open it up, it's police. Who is it?
Whoa, hey! Guys, what's going on here?
Got any weapons on you?
What? No.
You been here all night?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Yeah. It's my son. He's sleeping.
How old is he?
He's 2. Guys, come on, what's going on?
Well, earlier this evening, your ex, Miss Starkey, and her boyfriend, Dr. Phelps, they were found murdered. You mind coming down to the station with us? Answer a few routine questions?
This double homicide is rocking this small community in South Carolina. Miss Starkey leaves behind a 2-year-old son who was with his father during the time of the murder.
An arrest has been made in the double murder of Dr. Philip Phelps and Joel Starkey. Jason Garrett, former boyfriend of Miss Starkey, will be arraigned this afternoon. Garrett and Starkey have reportedly been in a heated custody battle over their son.
From the evidence presented, there is only one conclusion to be drawn, and that is that the defendant had both opportunity and motive to commit these murders.
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Add to that, the blood found in his car belonged to Dr. Philip Phelps, a renowned cardiologist and philanthropist. It's a loss for all of us. Miss Jewel Starkey, a registered nurse whose tender care will no longer be felt thanks to the selfish and brutal actions of this criminal seated before you.
I didn't kill them.
Order. I will have order in this court. Counselor, your client must contain himself, or I will have him restrained.
What more do you need to see?
There was an outburst today from the defendant that gives us a glimpse into a temper. Judge Wiles threatened to have him restrained. I'm getting word now the jury has finally reached a verdict. Let's go inside.
Madam Forewoman, has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Would the defendant please stand? Madam Forewoman, would you please read the verdict?
Yes, Your Honor. Count 1, murder of Joel Starkey. Guilty. Count 2, murder of Dr. Philip Phelps. Guilty.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Mr. Garrett, would you please stand? This has been a particularly difficult and tragic case. Due to the nature of these murders, I have no choice but to sentence you to life in prison.
Today, convicted murderer Jason Garrett was sentenced to life in prison, narrowly escaping the death penalty.
Hey, baby. How was school?
How was school?
Good.
Well, your daddy says he wants you to go with him tonight.
Yeah, he told me.
To a funeral?
Are you going?
No, baby, I got plans. But maybe y'all can go out to dinner or something afterwards.
Yeah.
Wanda. I'm so sorry you lost John.
I miss him a lot.
He was a good man, and he was taken from us way too soon.
And I appreciate that.
I think together we did a lot of good for the community.
Carson, you have turned into a very handsome young man.
Caroline,
Mr. Starkey.
I hear you're going to step into your father's footsteps.
I am.
Be very proud of you.
Thank you.
And who do we have here?
Ty Jackson.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Jackson.
Good to meet you.
Carl Starkey. Are you new in town?
I am. I just flew in from New York.
And in Job 8:20 says, "Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers." And as we've studied through Job, we understand his afflictions. It's something that we can take away as an encouragement for our lives, and that God is always with us and watching us and ready to help.
Okay, so it's time to wrap it up.
Ryan, would you mind closing us in prayer?
Sure. Father, I thank you for this group of believers. And Father, I thank you that even though we're in this place, you are here with us. Thank you for the strength that you provide. And Father, I pray for my son. Lord, he's starting high school here shortly, and I pray that you would protect him. I pray you help him make the right decisions. Again, thank you for these men. I pray for these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah.
I guess your son can start high school too.
I'm not sure.
You know you're his dad. Look at me. You're his dad. No bars, no shackle, no judge can ever change that.
How is she?
She's okay. You finished?
Yep. You excited?
About what?
Taking over your dad's practice.
Yeah,
You're gonna make a great boss.
it's not really what I had in mind for my life right now, but I'm just so glad you're here.
Well, there's no rush for me to get back. I can get all my work done remotely anyways. Besides, if you're gonna be here for a while, might as well get to know the area.
Good morning.
Good morning, Caroline.
Any messages?
Yes. Yeah, the Torville deposition was moved, and that Simpson hit and run. Judge Reynolds wants the affidavit and the worksheet on that. Dylan's got him.
Where is he?
I think he's in his office.
Thanks.
Yeah. Even if we don't get the witnesses, we could put pressure on them. Pull them all in here and hold a day-long deposition on them. Well, forget about lunch. Ask them the questions they don't want to answer under oath. You know what I mean. Yeah, those questions. Oh, hey, I gotta run. Call me later to get this scheduled. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Sweet Caroline. What a great pleasure just to see you. You know that song.
Sure, our firm needs the reputation of not providing lunch for all-day depositions. You know what my father taught me about the law?
What?
Always in the little things.
Yes, ma'am.
You okay with this?
With what? Oh, you being the boss lady. I'm perfectly fine with that. You have my full support 100%. First day?
Yeah, just going through all my dad's different cases, getting a feel, you know? Plus organizing.
I got you a sandwich.
Thanks.
Hey, don't work too late.
I mean, yeah, I'm his dad, but Carl hasn't allowed any contact, and honestly, I don't blame him. He thinks I killed his daughter. Being Carson's dad it seems impossible. I just want him to know that I love him. But I don't even know him.
Do you know the story of Joseph?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Joseph was hated by his brothers. They decided they wanted to kill him, but they sold him into slavery instead. Well, he ended up going to prison, but even in that bad situation, Joseph said God had meant that for good. You're Carson's father. Being in here doesn't change that. God has a plan. Why don't you just keep praying for him?
Oh, Caroline, I wasn't expecting anyone to be here. Are you okay?
Yeah. So what time is it?
It's 8. Would you like some coffee? I just made some.
Yeah.
Cream? Sugar?
Just black, thanks.
Okay.
Just gonna go freshen up.
All right, sounds good.
What?
Late night?
Come here, I want to show you something.
Okay.
It's the Garrett case.
Okay.
It wasn't in my father's file.
How do you know?
It fell out of a book when I went to go put it back on the shelf. The lab report has his name on it, and that bank ATM photo was taken the night of the murders. I checked, and it wasn't entered into evidence, and only part of the lab report was entered.
Maybe it wasn't evidence. Maybe just discovery your father chose not to present.
I don't think so. Who do we know at the DA's office?
I'm sorry.
The solicitor. I want to know if this is in his files. And I want to know what these numbers mean.
Whoa. Slow down, Caroline. Look, that was a double murder case. It was a talk of the town. Reporters outside the office for days.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as you have seen from the evidence presented, there is only one conclusion to be drawn, and that is that the defendant had both opportunity and motive
That was
to
a double
commit these
murder
murders.
case. You go up to the courthouse and have him pull that file. You started a rumor mill equal to the Russian collusion. The presiding solicitor has to sign off on all capital cases. This was a huge case, Caroline. You just can't be reopening.
It was our job to defend this man. And if we miss something, then I think we need to reopen this case.
Okay. How about I get these numbers deciphered for you? Start there. I know a guy.
And the bank ATM photo?
I know a guy.
Did you finish your math project?
I'm fine. Carson, it's time to come inside.
In a few minutes?
5 minutes.
you make copies of these?
Of course.
Now we're ready. How's it going?
What are you doing here?
This is my new boss. Can you at least pretend to like me?
Sorry to hear about your father. He was a fair man, treated people with respect. This one?
We've battled a few times at cross-examination.
No, you called me a moron. An MD with 3 PhDs and I'm a moron?
Just trying to get to the truth.
What do you want?
Can you translate this report for us? What do the numbers mean?
For you, yes. It's an osmotic blood report. It's part of a DNA report.
Part of?
Yeah, a formal DNA report that's used in trial. This would be part of it. Usually it's about 10 pages or so.
So what does it tell you?
Let's see. Victim B, whoever that is type B positive. See, here are the DNA matches. Apparently it was a match, 97% to a sample. That's what we call a...
What is it?
See these biomarkers? Sample tested was from a frozen source.
So they tested frozen blood at a crime scene.
No, I'm sure it was thawed by the time they tested. As a matter of fact, it only indicates a smudge or a smear. Was frozen, then thawed, then tested.
Does that...
Thank you. Now.
Frozen blood at a crime scene? A missing page of a report shows up in my dad's office?
All right, let's not jump to conclusions.
I think we need to see the prosecution's file.
All right, let's say it's not. We found it. No, you found it. Suppression of... Second. Hey, yeah, great. Have him drop by the office in about 30 minutes. Hey, thanks for tracking him down. Yeah, you too. Bye. Oh, the bank teller from the branch where the picture was taken, he's retired now, but he's gonna be in my, your office in 30 minutes.
Thanks.
Yep, that was our ATM. Our old ATM.
Who would have had access to those photos?
Self, the supervisor. Well, we'd have to get authorization to print it or make it public.
Well, authorization from whom? Your boss? Head office?
Wait a minute. I know who pulled that. That was me.
Who did you give it to?
Chief Pratt. He wasn't chief then. What is all this about anyway?
Do you know who that lady is?
No. There were about 50 pictures that night. Chief Pratt wanted pictures of all the cars that passed, and this was one of them.
50, you say?
Someone at the bank said that there was a technical glitch that night that kept all the pictures from being printed. But 50 was our average, and 50 is about what we got.
All right, well, thank you, sir.
Guess it's back to the golf course.
Tell me, you have about 50 or so pictures in the evidence log.
Not even close.
Don't.
Before we get into whether this is significant or insignificant to the original trial or the 2015 appeal, I think we need to contact our client.
Mr. Garrett, I'm Caroline Rollins. John Rollins was my father.
I'm sorry to hear about your father.
Thank you. I'm taking over my father's practice, and I'm going about introducing myself to his client.
I've got a life sentence. Still a client?
Do you know who this lady is?
No. What is this all about?
I need you to tell me everything you remember about that night and the trial. It's important.
Yeah. It's still something that I'm trying to work on in my head as well. It was around 2:15 a.m. Lieutenant Pratt went to my house.
Come
on, what's going on?
Your ex, Miss Starkey, and her boyfriend, Dr. Phelps, they were found murdered. You mind coming down to the station with us? Answer a few routine questions?
No, look, I can't, okay? I've got to be with my son. He's too young to understand all of this, okay? I'm sure I'm at the top of your suspect list.
What makes you think that?
She's my ex, and we're in a custody battle for my son.
You call it a custody fight?
She was a student when we met. I was a traveling construction worker.
We met. We fell in love, and we had Carson. She had interned at a cardiology group, and they promised her a job after she graduated. Things were never the same after that.
So you left?
No, she left Carson with me, and then she moved in with the doctor.
Dr. Philip Phelps.
Yep. And then, all of a sudden, she wants full custody. That didn't make any sense. She worked all the time. She said that her father would help. He had never helped before. Do you know him? Do you know Carl Starkey?
I do.
So we fought for custody. And it did, it got ugly.
I read that you threatened her in a text message.
Look, that's the way that they read it. I loved her. I moved here for her. Now I was alone.
You mentioned a sister?
Yeah, Sarah. Sarah.
Hi. Hi, honey. It's okay, bud. Does Sarah see? It's okay. What's going on?
I don't know, Sarah. It's all over the news.
What are the police saying?
That's just it. The police aren't saying anything. And they want me to come down for questioning.
I wouldn't. Do you have a lawyer?
No.
Listen, it's gonna be okay. They'll find out it's not you, and they'll focus on finding the murderer. Why don't you go take a shower and rest, and I got him. And that's when he went to the police station?
Yes. I just wanted to get it all over with. They took me into a room, sat me down, and asked me if they could search my vehicle. I was so stupid. Here I'm thinking I'm innocent. They're not gonna find anything. A smudge of blood on the steering wheel.
What happened next?
They kept me. They went back to my house, and they searched through everything.
And that's when they found the gun.
But here's the thing. They had searched the outside of my house all night, and no gun. And then they go back the next day, and they search the same spot that had already been searched over and over again, and they find the gun? It was right in the driveway. I hate to say it, but I think it was planted by the police.
Why do you say that?
My son's grandfather, he knows everybody in town. He and Pratt are friends.
But why?
He never liked me. And when his daughter got pregnant, I could tell he was embarrassed.
After that, it became all about saving his image. I'm sorry. I don't want to become that person of revenge, of hate. It's easy to turn that way. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years for a crime I did not commit. 10 years away from my boy.
It's okay. You can say his name, because I'm gonna work really hard to get you out of here. Do you know the book of Isaiah?
I do.
Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
The title of the message this morning is There is Freedom in Truth. In John 8:31 and 32, it says, Then Jesus said to those Jews who had believed in him, If you abide in my word, you are my disciples indeed, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Now, obviously, Jesus was talking about himself as the truth. If we know him, we're set free from the power of sin, and we're eternally saved. God protects his own. You need to remember that. Jesus wants you to be free from the power of your sin, but also free from the power and evil and bondage of the sin of others against
Here are
you.
your drinks. Thank you. I feel like I've always lived in darkness.
What do you mean?
I've never known my parents.
Well, what about your grandfather, Max?
They're great. I just don't see them as parents. I don't know anything about my dad. I don't want to end up like him. Or, whatever led him to kill my mom.
You won't. You're a good guy.
Yeah, but at one point, I thought my dad was a good guy too.
Jesus says that if you believe in him, you are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. If you believe in Jesus, you won't live in darkness anymore.
So, how was prison?
Ty, I almost cried. I sat in my car for probably an hour. I know this man is innocent. It's just crazy because I have to convince the solicitor to reopen the case, or at least look at the new evidence. Mr. Garrett has already had his appeal, and that's when this new evidence should have been presented. So now the problem is getting the solicitor's records to see if this evidence is in there. Dylan thinks it's going to cause a firestorm at the courthouse.
Why would it cause a firestorm?
Well, it implies authorities may have withheld evidence. It's pretty serious stuff.
Are you sure you should be pursuing this? I mean, it sounds risky.
I can't do nothing. I mean, this man is innocent and he's in
The
prison.
authorities withholding evidence. You don't even know who's involved yet.
I have a pretty good idea, Ty.
How do you know they're going to take the new evidence into account?
I'm going to make sure they do.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to fight. I'm worried about you. And I love you.
I love you too.
What is all this?
It's the Garrett file from the solicitor.
What? And they just handed it over.
I had a judge contact.
You compelled a judge to force documents?
Yes, I did. And you know what? The blood sample report and the photo from the ATM were never entered into evidence. In fact, part of the page was removed from evidence.
If we upset the solicitor, we'll never get anywhere with this case.
I don't care. We have a client who has served 10 years in prison.
Yeah. And a jury convicted him. A jury heard the evidence and found him guilty. Not to mention the appeal.
They haven't heard all the evidence. What are you so scared of?
You don't understand.
I'm not scared of these guys. This evidence needs to be put to the test.
The evidence was found here and never presented.
What are you saying?
It's found in your father's office.
My father would have never suppressed evidence. How dare you even suggest that? Get out.
Now, Rosemary. I'm sorry, Caroline, the walls here are thin. Is this about that doctor and nurse that were murdered several years ago? Yeah, I remember when your dad got that case. It was a really big deal, a capital murder case. He knew it was going to bring a lot of attention. I think it was a really tough time for your dad. You know, he said there was something about the evidence that just didn't feel right. Really thought that the guy was innocent.
There was this officer that was dating Lily at the office. He came in and he said, I need to talk to your dad. And your dad yelled through the door, "You're an investigator on my case. You can't be here."
The officer that came by, was it Pratt?
No, it wasn't Pratt. It was a younger guy.
I think it was
Crawford. It was Officer Crawford.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Oh, you're welcome.
I wouldn't worry about it. That's an old case. Besides, I led that investigation myself. Now, I don't know what she wants with the records. But you go ahead and put those thoughts out your head, okay? All right. Thanks for calling. Bye. Hey, man. How's it going? Not too bad. Hey, listen, you want to run up to the country club, hit a few? All right, 3's good. See you then.
Sorry. I would never suggest that your dad was...
I know. Well, I should have run my discovery motion by you before heading up to the courthouse.
No, you don't need to. You're the boss.
Oh yeah, that's right. Will you help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
2 things. First, it seems like the media was all over this. Maybe we talk to some reporters, get some background, maybe review some old footage.
All right, and the second?
Do you remember Lily who used to work here?
Yeah.
She was dating an investigator on the case. Apparently, he wanted to talk to Dad.
All right, well, let's go.
This is everything you called about. Right here.
Emma, this is Caroline Rollins. Her father is...
I knew your father. I am so sorry. So, I heard you got Judge Sweeney out of bed last night at midnight to sign a discovery motion?
I didn't know that part.
So, what's going on?
We're just reviewing some of our father's old cases. Nothing to get excited about.
Well, you know, it was one of the biggest cases we've ever had.
Who is this?
That's a sister, yeah. Yeah, that's a sister.
Whose sister?
So, Dr. Phelps was married to Janet Phelps. Janet Phelps had a sister. And I remember, it's interesting. The sister was at the funeral, but Janet wasn't.
Is that her blue car?
I don't really remember cars. I could remember everybody's outfits, but I don't know. It was a big funeral.
Can we keep this?
What's this all about? Okay. I'll make you a copy if you give me exclusive rights to what you're not talking about when you decide to make it public. Deal?
So I get a call this morning that the Rollins law firm has picked up all the Garrett files.
Another appeal?
Well, they can't really appeal, unless they can prove or produce new evidence.
Well, can they?
I don't know. But I promise you, I'll take care of it one way or another. So how's that boy of yours doing?
He's okay.
Carson, dinner's ready. You hungry?
Not really.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
What are you doing cooking? We had all this food from the funeral.
What? Grocery store chicken and potato salad? No, thank you. Besides, I have to cook.
Well, I just have a minute. I wanted to check on you.
Okay. Well, here. Eat. So, how is work?
It's good.
Wow.
What?
For 36 years, I asked your father that same question. And for 36 years, he had the same answer.
Really? Dad never talked to you about his cases?
Oh, no. Tell me, what's wrong?
I just really could use his advice right now.
I used to watch him when he was struggling with a case or something at work. His mind would just spin, just like you. Do you know what would help him? Thoughts of you. We would sit on the couch and talk about you, and I would watch the worries just fly away.
Listen to this. So Lily dated this cop, Roy Crawford, for like 2 years. She said they never really broke up because he moved away pretty suddenly and quit the police the day after the trial. I think he gave your dad this envelope with the evidence that the prosecution left out at the trial. Lily always said he was a straight shooter.
Do we know how to find him?
She's working on it. So, Dr. Phelps was married to Janet Phelps. They had 3 kids. Now, she was on vacation with the kids in Morocco, so the police ruled her out. Her sister, Heather Rockwell, get this. No record of an interview. But she was at the funeral? Why?
Do you think she could be our mystery woman in the blue car? Emma said that was a picture of Heather Rockwell, and they look kind of alike.
Well, I mean, they're both white, they look similar. Do you know why the bank was contacted?
Location? It was near the murder site.
That ATM at the bank took a picture of every car that turned the street heading to where the murders took place. Your dad knew that, and he was the one that subpoenaed the pictures.
20 of the 50 or so.
Well, according to Lieutenant Pratt's statement in Discovery, the main branch reported a technical error. So they couldn't produce all the pictures of the cars that passed that night. My question is, Who was the person at the main branch that reported that technical error? And guess who's the managing director of the bank?
Carl Starkey.
Bingo. If none of those 50 pictures showed Garrett's car passing, then he couldn't have committed the crime.
So what do we do?
We need to talk to Crawford. I think that's the missing link.
Go find him?
I know a guy.
Of course you do. Yes, I need to speak to my client. It'll be quick, but it's important.
Hey, Yankee boy. You lost?
Excuse me?
What are you doing out here?
Walking?
Walking where?
Look, my girlfriend's mom lives 3 doors down.
Oh, Rollins' house.
Yes, the Rollins house. You might be detained.
You will be. But you need to understand this. If your girlfriend is the Rollins girl, she need to best let dogs lie. Coming out here, stirring up all these trouble. Just unnecessary. We don't like trouble. You feel me?
You finished?
For now. You have a nice evening.
I do remember him. Crawford. He was there the first night, and he was there during the investigation. So this is good, right?
Well, here's the thing. We have a long ways to go, but we're going to start the process tomorrow. I need you to not talk about this with anyone. I believe some powerful people put you in here, and they don't want you out.
But you're going to file.
Well, that's great.
You know, God is so much bigger than all of this.
You know your dad said the exact same thing to me during the trial?
He did? Thanks for telling me that.
So, will my son, Will Carson, know?
If he has internet, he'll know.
Thank you.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah. Where's Carolina?
I think she went to the prison. She's opening up some things people don't really want to remember.
Do you think she should be pursuing this? I mean, you think it's worth it?
It is. Police found blood on the suspect's steering wheel belonging to one of the victims the day after the murders. We discovered a missing page from the original DNA testing, indicating that it had been frozen.
That's a red flag. I used to see it all the time, but not so much now. I work for an insurance claims company. It's my day job. I love the details. How much blood was found?
A smudge. But that's what basically convicted him. In his appeal to the jury, the key prosecution said, blood is blood.
Do you think you can get it overturned?
The problem is the rules of evidence, or lack of evidence already presented. That's our uphill battle. We need to present new evidence or solid theories of the crime. So far, it's weak. Very circumstantial. So we'll start leaning on these Brady violations of withheld evidence. That should get the state's attention.
The wife that says she lives in Morocco?
She vacationed there with the children. Husband dies, she never comes back.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Look. What are you doing here?
I just wanted to say hi.
We file tomorrow.
It's gonna be a long night.
Today, convicted murderer Jason Garrett and his legal team led by attorney Caroline Rollins have filed a motion with the South Carolina Court of Appeals. In this motion, the team seeks to introduce new evidence not submitted at the trial, nor the appeal.
It's okay, son. I'm not gonna let them bring that circus back to town.
What are they talking about?
It's nothing to worry about, just fancy lawyer talk.
Mr. Crawford, thank you for calling.
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Were you an investigator on the Garrett homicide case?
Yes, ma'am.
And you quit the police force soon after?
Yes.
In fact, the day after the trial. Why?
Change of career.
Did you leave my father an envelope containing part of a blood sampling report and bank ATM photo from the night of the murders? You know how important this is.
I'm not getting involved. I'm sorry.
What now?
Big day tomorrow. Get some rest.
Who's out here? I have Mace.
Miss Rollins?
Who are you?
Carson Sturkey? Carson Garrett?
What are you doing here?
My dad. His lawyer.
Yeah, I really shouldn't be talking to you.
Well, that's what everybody says. I'm sick of it. Can you just tell me what's going on?
There's a number for families to call. You can talk to your father yourself. When was the last time you spoke to him?
I was 4. Can you just tell me what's going on, please?
I think your father is innocent, and some very smart people organized this.
My grandfather?
No, I don't know. But Carson, your father loves you very much, and that's all you really need to know right now. But I'm going to do everything I can to bring justice for your dad and your mom. If I were to arrange a phone call from your dad to you, would that be okay? You know, your dad, he's kind of like a preacher. He's a leader to the men there. You should be really proud of him.
Hey, beautiful. Your mom said you were on the news today.
Yeah, I know, it's a lot.
It is. Look, I think you're doing the right thing here.
Thanks. Guess who came and saw me today?
Who?
Carson Garrett. Can't imagine what that kid is going through right now.
Look. Yesterday I asked if I could help, and you said yes. Actually, you said you'd love it. What can I do? Honestly, anything.
Well, I could use your researching skills and your fresh eyes on the case. There's a lot to do. Thank you.
The solicitor's gonna crush our evidence. And Judge Sweeney, he's by the book.
So we focus on the judge.
Yeah. Got that look.
What?
That's the look your father had before we go to trial.
Had a look?
All right, I can get that license plate. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yeah, you?
Yeah.
First, this new evidence does not warrant a new trial. The pictures from the bank were already entered. It's not exculpatory evidence. Excuse me. Now this new evidence is a whole different story. It was absent in the original trial, but has connection to the original discovery. It wasn't presented for whatever reason. We won't get into that now, but as a matter of appellate review, I'm going to grant the motion for a new trial.
Oh, yeah, Your Honor. Really?
Well, you can always take my decision to the state Supreme Court. I want both your applications in by this afternoon.
This afternoon? What is the rush here? This man has already been tried and found guilty by a jury of his peers, and he's lost his appeal at the circuit court.
Aware of that, Jack, but trust me, this evidence warrants a new trial. And I appreciate you quit arguing with me. You're this close to getting cited for a Brady violation for withholding evidence. I want this trial to begin soon. Have a good day.
Good day, Your Honor.
Hi, Carson. Does your grandfather know you're here?
No.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hi. Hello, Mr. Garrett, Caroline Rollins. Good news, we've got our day in court. The judge ruled in our favor, and we can present the evidence that the blood found was tainted.
That is great. And what about the picture that you showed me?
Does that have any bearing on the case?
Well, the judge is not going to allow that. We need more evidence to come up with a viable theory, but I'm very confident. We all.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Mr. Garrett. There's someone here that is a part of your team that would like to talk to you. And if it's okay, we're going to leave you two alone.
Dad?
Carson?
Carson? My son.
I can't imagine.
Why you guys out here in the hallway?
Carson's on the phone with his dad.
Oh, Rosemary wanted me to get this to you.
The judge wants this done quickly. 30 days till trial.
Congratulations. Lots of work.
Roy Crawford?
You're Rollins' kid, ain't you?
Yes, sir.
I got about 20 missed calls from you. Guess that's not enough for you to take a hint.
One question, and then I promise I'll leave you alone.
One question?
Everyone I spoke to says you're a man of deep conviction and integrity.
Did you put evidence on my dad's desk from the Garrett case?
Well, that's a big question. I like the way you buttered that up, but I'm not sure you want to hear this. This was the most bizarre case ever. We should have turned it over to the state law enforcement division, but the establishment, the local establishment, wanted Garrett for the crime, and they would have done anything to make that happen. I did put that evidence on your father's desk, and to be honest with you, that's why I quit. They must have got to him, and your father was a rock. He never presented it. After that, I was done.
Did you tell my father you put the evidence on his desk?
Of course not. I would have been fired. The night before the trial, when Lily was closing up, I ran in and laid it on his desk.
Well, did you know that I found it? I found it in a book.
It's like the gun. I searched the end of the driveway the night of the crime. I did. And then the very next day, I go back and in the exact same spot, there lays the murder weapon. It's almost like he put it there.
We found an access road behind Jason Garrett's house. Is it possible the real murderer planted the gun and the blood that day after you finished questioning him?
We sat at the end of his road all night, making sure he wouldn't leave. We never saw anything like that. But it is possible, because that stuff just appeared.
Did any of you question Mrs. Phelps and her sister, Heather Rockwell?
Third question. Of course we questioned the wife of the victim. Did you know she didn't come back for the funeral? And she never moved back at all.
Yeah. And the sister, Heather Rockwell?
We never questioned the sister. Should we have?
I'm gonna find out. Thank you.
I found her.
Did the solicitor get the packet?
Yeah, I put it on his desk.
What?
Kidding. Don't worry, he got it.
Funny.
Well, I'm surprised to see you here. Come on in.
You have a beautiful house.
Thank you. I moved out here after Jules' murder. I just kind of needed a change of scenery. Well, you said it was important, so speak.
Well, let's not get into all the crazy evidence at first. Let's just look at what we know.
Miss, this is for you to prove in court, not here in my living room.
A week before your daughter died, you sold your company for $67 million.
That's correct.
Retired?
Yes.
Are you aware that your daughter and Dr. Phelps were planning on moving away?
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. I never met my daughter's doctor friend. I know that she was trying to make a better life for her son. That maniac in prison snapped before she could.
After the funeral, you went away to your home in Colorado.
Yeah, I go every year.
That's where you met your wife, Madison.
Yes.
How exactly did you meet?
Well, that will be none of your business.
Your ex-wife said that you met Madison online.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, she's from Colorado. What's this all about, anyway?
The other victim, Dr. Phelps, did you ever meet his family?
No.
Do you know Heather Rockwell?
No, well, wait a minute. Is she that girl that Pratt dated years ago?
She's the sister-in-law of Dr. Phelps. Have you ever heard from her?
No, why would I have?
Ever meet her?
Only had a dinner with Pratt years ago.
Your wife has had plastic surgery, correct?
Yeah, so what? Lots of people do.
We have evidence that suggests that Madison, your wife, is Heather Rockwell.
Where did you get these?
A week after the funeral, Heather Rockwell had reconstructive surgery in Boulder City.
This is crazy. You all should leave.
Look at him, sir. Please.
It's the truth.
It's not possible.
Maddie! Honey!
Where's she going?
Look, before Madison was your wife, she was Heather Rockwell, a con artist. Her sister was Janet, the estranged wife of Dr. Feltz. Janet devised a plan to kill your daughter and Dr. Feltz and frame your daughter's ex, Jason. And she worked out all the details, and Carson's dad was perfect to pin it on because you hated him.
Handle everything. Heather found out about you and your money. She changed her appearance and found you in Colorado.
And look at all these photos in your house. She's not in any of them.
Madison didn't like to be photographed.
Well, she was photographed here on July 10, 2011, at 12:34 a.m., the night of the murder, driving away from the murder scene. And it was that photograph that never made it to trial. The bank, your bank, submitted only 20 of the photos of the 50 or so they had. And this one was not entered into evidence. But you knew that.
They said it would confuse the jury.
Is this true? Did you know?
Son,
I'm not your son.
Mr. Starkey, we came here in hopes that you would cooperate and get an innocent man out of prison. I bet you can make that happen today.
Please.
he wasn't guilty. Let's go see the judge. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I know you didn't know everything, but you knew enough.
Jason Garrett's case on the murder charges of Jules Starkey and Dr. Philip Feltz was declared a mistrial after the discovery of withheld evidence in the first trial. A new suspect has emerged as the real killer, Heather Rockwell. She is currently under arrest for armed robbery for the incident at the Rollins law firm. She is the former girlfriend of Chief of Police Rodney Pratt, who is also in custody for possible withholding of evidence.
Heather Rockwell disappeared after the murders and took on the identity of Madison Starkey. Carl Starkey, her husband, has been exonerated from any crime during the time of murders and trials. The state has refused to retry Jason Garrett, and the judge has dismissed his case with prejudice. An investigation into the solicitor's Brady violations about the withheld evidence has begun.
Hang on, I'll get with David. Let me speak. I never intentionally withheld evidence. I fully cooperated in getting Mr. Garrett cleared, and I have no further comments.
The chief press suspected of tampering with evidence in other cases. Solicitor, the chief press suspected of tampering with evidence in other cases.
Jason.
Hang on a second.
I don't know what to say. I was so convinced that you had snapped and committed those murders. I'm sorry for whatever part I played in your wrongful conviction. I was wrong, and I just want to help you and Carson get back on your feet together. I've put aside him a college fund. He can go wherever he wants. Once again, I'm so sorry. Just please forgive me, and please let me be a part of Carson's life. I love him.
Carl. God meant all of this for good. As hard as it was for me, I want you to know I forgave you a long time ago.
I'm so sorry. sorry for everything. There's nothing I can do to make it up. Cops. Just want what's best for you.
Thank you for watching over my son.
Thanks for your forgiveness.
We were gonna go and grab a bite to eat. Did you want to join us?
Sure.
Yeah. We'd like that.
Remember there's someone who loves you, and they see your face when they're praying in a corner bedroom in a dimly lit space. Remember when their hair was sun-drenched, now it's all gray. They give up their lives for you to be safe.
Oh, the world will try to bring you down. They'll paint a crooked picture and then hang it upside down. Oh, look upon this piece of art. Beware lest you forget who you are. 'Cause sometimes what appeals to you and me ain't right. And sometimes what used to be is no longer good enough. So I will rise on Miguel's wings, and I will see all that He said for me, and He said for me to rise on Miguel's wings, and I will fly. I've been so wrong about things I was sure of. I've let confusion taint the truth of who I am. 'Cause there is always a way that agrees with me. But sometimes the path we're called to take isn't that easy. But I will rise on Miguel's wings, and I will see all that He's meant for me, and He's meant for me to rise on Miguel's wings, and I will fly. When we get beat up, let's go. Stand up, let's go. This time we won't stop till we reach the top. Stand up, let's go. Chin up, let's go. This time we won't stop till we reach the top. We will rise on Miguel's wings, and we will see all that He's meant for us, and He's meant for us to rise on Miguel's wings.